So, hello everyone. Good evening to you all. So, we are back with today's session, and we are at day 9 today to come up with some of the interesting questions that came up in the recent past. Okay, so today we'll take about the topic of geography, where we will discuss about some of the questions and some of its associated topics that covers the part of geography in your upcoming APSC Prelims. So now let's start with geography. Okay, one of the very interesting topic as well as subject, and which carries some of the important marks in also the GS paper. Okay, so let's start with. So we will have all this number of contents. Okay, you could see every question is basically covered over here. So see, we'll start with the first question about geomorphology, which says about the universe and the solar system. Okay, so we have the question given in the screen. Which of the following is or are cited by the scientist as evidence or evidences for the continued expansion of universe? So the question is directly at your screen. That the first option being detection of microwaves in space, observation of redshift phenomenon in space, movement of asteroids in space, occurrence of supernova explosions in space. So which are the correct options that are relevant with respective to the question given on your screen? So any people with the answer can comment in the comment section, and I will then display with the answer. So here the first answer is A, that is 1 and 2 only. So the scientists as evidences for the continuous expansion of the universe says that detection of microwaves in the space as well as the observation of the redshift phenomenon in space is the category of the expansion of this universe. Okay, so therefore the option A is the correct one. Okay, so you have got the whole explanation very comprehensively in our PDFs. Okay, so do acquire our PDFs as soon as possible so that you could study all these relevant facts associated with geomorphology very much early. Okay, so therefore you are having all such number of content, be it the Big Bang theory, be it the origin of the universe, everything. Okay, we have got this type of representations also, which says about the Big Bang expansion and all. Okay, chalo, question number 2. The group of small pieces of rocks revolving around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Anyone with the correct option? The group of small pieces of rocks revolving round the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. Anyone with the correct option? Meteors, comets, meteorites, and asteroids. Okay, the correct option is asteroids. So, the group of small pieces of rocks revolving around the sun between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter are called as asteroids. Okay, so you have got the explanation. Then, question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding asteroids. So, just now, so you can find the question number 2 and 3 explanation over here only. Okay, so we could see that in the following statements, that is regarding asteroids, the four options are given. Asteroids are rocky debris of varying size orbiting the sun. Most of them asteroids are small but having small diameter, as large and 1,000 kilometer. The orbit of asteroids lies between the orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. So anyone with the correct option can attempt. So the statements regarding asteroids has been asked over here. Okay, so we all know about the asteroids which are revolving freely in the surface, or in the it's basically a small rocky body that is orbiting the sun as well as the planets, and there may be the large number of this ranging enormously between sizes. Okay, so therefore we could see the correct option being over here is C, that is 1 and 2 are correct. That is, they are the rocky debris of varying size orbiting the sun, And most of the asteroids are small, but some have the diameter as large as 1,000 kilometers. So you can see about the range of such number of asteroids and its respective impact. Okay, so obviously the orbits of asteroid lies between orbits of Jupiter and Saturn. It's not the correct one because we have recently seen that it is between Mars and Jupiter. Okay, so it's not Jupiter and Saturn, it is Jupiter and Mars. Okay, so we have got this explanation over here in a full way. Okay, you can see all the life cycle of a star, how it from a stellar nebula, it directly went for an average star, then from a massive star, then forms a red giant, also a red supergiant, which basically is the sun over here. So planetary nebula, supernova, white dwarf, black hole. So all these are the life cycle of a respective star. Okay, so you can see the galaxies also. You can see this type of galaxies. Okay, so all these things are clearly mentioned over here, which you can study after you acquire this PDF from our center. Okay, so this is the whole solar system that we can see. Okay, so we can see this is the asteroid belt, which is between Jupiter and Mars. Okay, so we could see this is Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter. Okay, then we can see this comets over here. Okay, then we could see that the Kuiper belt, okay, is after the Neptune. Okay, so therefore all these areas we could see that the asteroid belt is very, very important, that is associated with Jupiter and Mars. Okay, so every type of explanation is been seen over here in this respective paragraph. So obviously the structure of the sun are also mentioned, which is the corona, which is the core, the radiation zone, the convection zone, the photosphere, the chromosphere. Everything is clearly decided over here. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, every type of planets are also discussed in a very clear and clustered way. Okay, so therefore please study after you get this PDF once. Okay, so this is the good representation of everything that has been mentioned. Okay, also it has been explained what is the Kuiper belt and all. Okay, so everything has been clearly and comprehensively discussed in our explanations. Next, consider the following statements regarding asteroids. Okay, so this is the same question only. Okay, anyways, no issue. Okay, coming to this. Match list 1 with the list 2 and select the correct answers by using the code given below in the list. So you can see the options being the smallest planet of the solar system, largest planet of the solar system, planet second from the sun in the solar system, and planets nearest to the sun. So it's a very easy option. I want you everyone to attempt the codes that are given below. Anyone with the correct option? Everyone to attempt. It's very easy to attempt this smallest planet of the solar system. Okay, and you have got the other option being D. Okay, so मैं D को भी दिखा देता हूँ. Okay, it's A4 B3 4321. Okay, so D option is 4321, means A is 4, B, C, D. So this is the options that is given over here. Anyone with the correct option? Do attempt. Fast, fast, fast. Smallest planet of the solar system, largest planet of the solar system, planet second from the sun in the solar system, and planets nearest to the sun. Anyone with the correct option? It's very easy, guys. Okay, so here the D option is all correct. Okay, next. Okay, it's its own. So a meteor is what? It's a piece of matter which has entered the Earth's atmosphere from outer space. Okay, so it's the correct definition of a meteor. Okay, so you can see a clear distinction and differentiation between a meteor, meteorite, as well as a asteroid. Okay, next, coming to the question number 6. Which one of the following statements is correct with respect to our solar system? So you can see that Earth is the densest of the all planets in our solar system. The predominant element in the composition of the Earth is silicon. The sun contains 75% of the mass of the solar system, and the diameter of the sun is 190 that times of the Earth. Anyone with the correct options over here? Which one of the following statements is correct with reference to our solar system? Very easy. So the correct answer is A. That is, the Earth is the densest of all planets in our solar system because of its mass, because of its gravity. Okay, everything is very much in dense form in this respective region of Earth. Okay, so you could see there are some of the explanations that the hottest planet is the Venus, coldest planet is the Neptune. Planet having maximum density is Earth. Planet having least density is Saturn. Planet with large number of moons is Jupiter. Largest moon is Ganymede, which is of Jupiter. Largest asteroid is Ceres. And dwarf planets are Pluto, Ceres, Haumea, Makemac, and Eris. Okay, so this is a very important fact with respective to our solar system. Please do remember this table. Very, 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 very important for your upcoming exams. Okay, next question number 7. Among the following, which planet takes maximum time for one revolution around the sun? Earth, Jupiter, Mars and Venus. So यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है Earth, Jupiter, Mars and Venus. So which one of the following planet takes maximum time for one revolution around the sun? Anyone with the correct options about the planet that takes maximum time for one revolution around the sun? So here the correct option is B, that is Jupiter. Okay, who takes some of the maximum time period for one revolution around the sun. I am not telling about here about rotation. So it's basically a revolution, which is basically taking around the respective sun. Next, so we could see the rotation period and the revolution period of its. Next, what is the average distance between the sun and the earth? Okay, so it's a direct question. It is basically 150 into 106 kilometer. So the multiplication of this is the respective kilometer between the distance between the sun and the earth. Okay, next, so you could see this one. So in earth or in the space, we generally go for the astronomical units. Okay, just like we could see that in the land we see in kilometers, and in water we go for nautical miles. So in space we go for astronomical units. So in order of the distance from the sun, which of the following planets lies between Mars and Uranus? Earth and Jupiter, Jupiter and Saturn, Saturn and Earth, and Saturn and Neptune. So obviously the correct answer is over here, Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, so it is the correct option. Next, so you could see the order of planets over here. So Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Next, which of the following planet has the largest number of national satellites or moons? Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, as well as Venus. So here the correct option is A, that is Jupiter. Okay, next, coming to the geomorphology and its respective evolution, Earth and its evolution. So which one of the following scholars suggested that the Earth's origin from gases and dust particles? James Jeans, H. Elfman, Hoyle, and Smith. So it's basically is Smith, okay, who said that or who suggested that the Earth's origin is from gases and dust particles. Okay, so everything is clearly mentioned over here about the nebular hypothesis and all. Okay, next. Question number 12. Who amongst the following was the first to state that Earth was spherical? Okay, so here you have the correct option: Aristotle, Copernicus, Ptolemy, and Strabo. So who was the first to say that the Earth was spherical? Aristotle, Copernicus, Ptolemy, and Strabo. So here the correct option is Aristotle. Okay, like how to say about who are the people who have directly given some of the laws with respective to Earth. So everyone, Eratosthenes, Aristotle, Ptolemy, and Strabo, everyone is basically related with this. Then also Copernicus, who gave the concept of heliocentric universe. Okay, so everything is basically based on their respective theories. Next, consider the following pairs. You can see electromagnetic radiation, geothermal energy, gravitational force, plate movements, rotation of the earth, revolution of the earth. So which of the following is responsible for bringing dynamic changes on the surface of the earth? So you have got all the options over here. Okay, so electromagnetic radiation, geothermal energy, gravitational force, plate movements, rotation of the earth, and a revolution of the earth. So you have got these options. So yes, every other forces or every other dynamic changes that is happening on the surface of the earth are a responsibility of each and everything that is mentioned over here. So electromagnetic radiation is also there for the respective earth. The geothermal energy is also based on the respective uh, changes of the earth. Then gravitational force is also one of the very prime importance. Okay, then we could see even the rotation of the earth as well as the revolution of the earth around the sun is basically related to every type of functions and changes that is on the surface of the earth. Okay, so therefore here we could see that answer to this question is D, that is 1 2 3 4 and 5 6 are basically the correct options. Okay, next if I comes to the next one. Okay, so you have got these definitions about plate movements, about gravitational force, okay, about electromagnetic radiations. Everything is basically mentioned on the explanation part of this respective question. So now coming to the next question, consider the following statements. Total land area of the earth is approximately 1475 lakh square kilometers. Ratio of land area to water area of earth is approximately 1:4. Maximum percentage of earth's water is in the Pacific Ocean. So which of the above statements is or are correct? Okay, so here you could see that 1 and 3 is given. Okay, then you have got the options like 2 and 3, 1 only and 3 only. 2 and 3, 1 only and 3 only. So these are the options B, C and D. Okay, 2 and 3, 1 only and 3 only. So you have got the first option being the total land of earth is approximately 1475 lakh square kilometers. Ratio of land area to water area of the earth is approximately 1:4. Maximum percentage of earth's water is under Pacific Ocean. So anyone with the correct option here? So the correct option over here is basically the first option, that is A, 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 is the correct option. So the ratio of the land area to the water area of the earth is approximately 1:4 is the very wrong option. Okay, so therefore we could see that the ratio of land to water is basically 3:7. So please remember this type of important data. Okay, next. So you could see all the relevant things. Okay, equatorial diameter is 12,756 kilometer and polar diameter is basically 12,714 kilometer. Okay, so you could see all these things in this respective diagram. Next, question number 15. Variations in the length of daytime and nighttime from season to season are due to why? The Earth's rotation on its axis, Earth's revolution round in an elliptical manner, latitudinal position of the place, revolution of the Earth on a tidal axis. Anyone with the correct options for question number 15? People do attempt. It's some of the very generic questions that have been asked in the past. So this type of easy questions can be seen in the upcoming exams also. So please do attempt these questions and try to make or score at least. Don't copy, don't see that you don't know, make wrong, but still you could succeed just by attempting, because you could directly make some of the revision by attempting these respective questions. So the variations in the length of daytime and nighttime from season to season are due to what? The Earth's rotation on its axis, the Earth's revolution around the sun in an elliptical manner, the latitudinal position of the place, the revolution of the Earth on a tilted axis. So the four options is given, and about the four options, you have to say that which options is correct with respective to the variations in the length of dynamic, in the daytime and the nighttime from the season to season. So you have to come up with the respective answer. So here the answer is D. The revolution of the earth on a tilted axis is basically responsible for the length of the daytime and the nighttime changes from season to season. Okay, so here everything is mentioned. Rotation is out, objections with the above theories. Okay, so everything, revolution is there. Okay, so everything about the time of its revolution, 365 days and 6 hours. Okay, so objections with the above theories. Okay, it says about the perihelion, the aphelion. Okay, so perihelion is when the earth is closest to the sun, that is around this time period, that is known as the perihelion. Okay, then we could see that earth is furthest from the sun, that is on 4th July, that is known as aphelion. Okay, so everything is basically mentioned. Then we could see about the seasons, about the equinox, about the solstice. Everything is basically clearly defined under the comprehensive part of our respective explanations. Okay, so you could see about the earth's orbit and its axial tilt and the respective seasons. Okay, so there are some of the important terms being known as the equinox, being known as the solstice. So vernal equinox, spring equinox is 21st March. Solstice, autumn equinox is basically 21st September. Then solstice is basically 21st June. Okay. Then we could see that winter solstice is basically 22nd December, and the sun is over the Tropic of Capricorn, winter in northern hemisphere. So our days always longer than nights at the equator. So you could see that here the respective diagram clearly explains about the theories that we can see with respective to our question. Next, if the stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, he is located at which position? So please study this question carefully. Okay, about if the stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, he is located where? At the equator, Tropic of Cancer, South Pole, as well as North Pole. Come up with the answers, guys. Many students are waving it, but they are not replying it. Okay, they are fearing to reply just because they will go wrong. But don't worry about going wrong. Just attempt. Okay, it's not that if you attempt over here, if you are directly aspiring some of the answers over here, you will not become an IPS over here. Okay, so please attempt and try your luck that you may be with the correct option. So please do try in attempting the questions. Whatever, it may be wrong, it may be correct. Okay, so I am here to correct you all. So here, question number 16 is given. Attempt, everyone. Many people are watching. So if the stars are seen to rise perpendicular to the horizon by an observer, he is located on equator, Tropic of Cancer, South Pole, as well as North Pole. Anyone with the correct option? Yes, correct option. It's equator. That is, if the stars are seen to rise perpendicular, then yes, he is obviously located at the equator. So that is this portion. Okay, that is at the 0 degree. So you can see this is the respective area. Okay, so this is the correct option being A. Okay, so obviously if he is located over here, so everything will be perpendicular to him. Okay, next. Question number 17. In the Earth's direction of rotation is reversed. Okay, so Earth rotates from west to east. So what should be the IST when it is noon at the international dateline? So what has been asked? That in the Earth's directions of the rotation is reversed. What should be the IST when it is noon at the international dateline? So here we have been asked about the Indian Standard Time when the Earth rotation is reversed. So it's 6:30 hours, 5:30 hours, 18:30 hours, as well as 17:30 hours. So obviously it will be 18:30 hours. That is, it is 6:30 p.m. in India. So if the Earth's direction is reversed, then it will be the impact on the respective IST. Okay, next. So everything is clearly defined over here. Okay, so you could see this is the line that passes through. It is 82.30 east. Okay, so this is the line. Okay, so this is the respective standard time. Okay, that is passing through the area of Mirzapur. Next, consider the following statements. The axis of the Earth's magnetic field is inclined at 23 and half to the geographic axis of the Earth. So the Earth's magnetic pole in the northern hemisphere is located on a peninsula in northern Canada. The Earth's magnetic equator passes through Tumba in South India. So which of the statement above is or are correct? So you have got this respective answers or your respective options. So anyone with the correct options? Okay, good. Okay, fine. So here you have to find out the above answers to be the which amongst the one is the correct option. So the axis of the Earth's magnetic field is inclined at 23 and half to the geographic axis of the Earth. So here the correct option is B, that is 2 and 3. That is the Earth's magnetic pole in the northern hemisphere is located on a peninsula in northern Canada, and the Earth's magnetic equator passes through Tumba in South India, which is basically a region of the southern provinces. Okay, so therefore we could see that here the axis of the Earth's magnetic field is inclined at 23.5 degree of the geographic axis of the Earth is not correct. Okay, so we could see that it is tilted at an angle of around 11 degrees with respective Earth's rotational axis. Okay, which is also known as the geomagnetic field. Okay, so you could see this is the correct option. Okay, here everything is clearly defined about the north magnetic pole, south magnetic pole, geographical south pole, and geographical north pole at a distance of 11.5 degree. Okay, so everything is clearly effect about saying about the dynamic effect, and everything has been clearly defined. Next, coming to the next question. Question number 19. Diamond ring is a phenomenon observed at the start of the total solar eclipse, at the end of the total solar eclipse, only along the peripheral regions of the totality trail, only in the central regions of the totality trail. So here you have been asked about the type of diamond ring that we could see during the time period of which of the following options. So we all know about a solar eclipse which occurs when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, thereby obscuring the view of the sun from a small part of the earth totally or partially. So here it has been asked about the total solar eclipse, and the option is being given about the total solar eclipse where the whole rays of the sun is totally blocked. So diamond ring is a phenomenon that is observed in what? Okay, good answers. Coming down answers. So people are slowly and slowly participating, though many number of people are viewing. So yes, the correct answer is C. That is only along the peripheral regions of the totality trail we could see diamond ring. Okay, that is a phenomenon that we can see during this period of time. Okay, so everything has been clearly defined over here. Okay, so what does the solar eclipse occur? Okay, so everything partial solar eclipse, only a portion of the sunlight is blocked. Okay, total sun annular, sun can be seen around the edges like a bright ring. You can see over here. This is an annular. Okay, so it is basically total, that is total eclipse where you cannot see any number of rays coming it from the sun. Okay, so everything has been clearly defined in our explanation part. Okay, then also the blood moon, blue moon, super moon क्या होता है ये देख लेना. Next, okay, just leave aside this assertion in the region. Okay, coming to the next one. Which of the following phenomena might have influenced the evolution of organisms? Continental drift and glacial cycles. Select the correct answer using the code given below. Which of the following might have influenced the evolution of organisms? Okay, organisms के evolution में किसने बड़ा role निभाया है? So select the correct answers using the code given below. One only, two only, both one and two, or none of the above. Anyone with the correct answer to question number 21? Question number 21. Correct option give us. Good. Trying. Okay. Very good. So answer is both 1 and 2. So the continental drift as well as the glacial cycles are responsible for the evolution of organisms. And this is a main phenomena which have influenced this organism's evolution. Okay. So we have seen about the continental drift theory. Okay. Made by Alfred Wegener. Okay. Saying about the Pangaea. Okay. Which was all one. So after that, it has been collided. It has been segregated, and the Pangaea, which is basically the continental mass, and the mega ocean, which is known as Panthalassa, which surrounds it. Okay, so everything has been clearly defined about that how Pangaea began to split, how Laurasia, how North America directly got formed, how Gondwana land, the southern part, got formed. Okay, also about the timelines of the continental drift theory. So everything has been distributed, like how fossil distributed, how glacial tellite distributed, how the global cycle got affected. Everything has been clearly discussed in our respective comprehensive PDFs that you will get after you complete or after you join this respective terms of the classes. Next, if you comes to the next option, that which one of the following conditions is the most relevant for the presence of life on Mars? So atmospheric composition, thermal conditions, occurrence of ice caps and frozen water, and the occurrence of zone. So which can be the correct options associated with question number 22? So the following conditions are the most relevant for the presence of life on Mars. So atmospheric composition, thermal conditions, occurrence of ice caps and frozen water, and the occurrence of ozone. So which one being the correct options if you see about the most relevant for the presence of life on Mars? So here the correct options is being the C. That is the occurrence, sorry. So the occurrence with respective to the ice caps and frozen water, because we can see that ice caps and frozen water का मतलब यहाँ पे पानी मिला है, hydrogen molecule or oxygen molecules is present. Whenever such type of molecules are present, then obviously life can present in this region of Mars. So therefore this is a good phenomenon which says about the presence of life on Mars. Then consider the following statements. Albedo of an object determines its visual brightness when viewed with reflected light. Albedo of Mercury is much greater than the albedo of Earth. So what is basically is this albedo effect? So albedo is an expression of the ability of surfaces to reflect sunlight, that is heat from the sun. So light color surfaces return a large part of the sun rays back to the atmosphere, that is a high albedo, and the dark surfaces absorb the rays from the sun, which is low albedo. So therefore, here the question has been asked that albedo of an object determines its visual brightness when viewed with reflected light. Albedo of Mercury is much greater than the albedo of Earth. So which of the statements given above are correct? One only, two only, both one and two, and none of the above. Question number 23. Good. Correct options given. C. Okay. People are commenting C. Okay. Chalo, let's see the answer. Yes, the correct answer is C. That is, both the options are correct over here. Yes, definitely the albedo of Mercury is much, much greater than the albedo of the Earth because of its proximity, because of its closeness. Then albedo of an object determines its visual brightness when viewed with reflected light. Yes, it's extremely a correct option. Okay, then you could see A equals to reflected light by incident light. So albedo is basically inversely proportional to incident light and is directly proportional to the reflected light. Please do remember this one. Very important. Okay, so you could see the albedos of various celestial bodies. Mercury 0.12, Venus 0.75, Earth 0.30, Moon 0.12, Mars 0.16, Jupiter 3.4, Saturn 0.34. So Jupiter and Saturn is same. So we could see even Earth albedo as well as Uranus albedo is also same. Then Neptune 0.29 and Pluto is 0.4. Okay, so this is the albedo of the celestial bodies. Coming, okay, this is the same option. Next, consider the following statements. The Earth's magnetic field has reversed every few 100,000 years. When the Earth was created more than 4,000 million years ago, there was 54% oxygen and no carbon dioxide. When living organisms originated, they modified the early atmosphere of the Earth. So, which of the above statements given are correct? One only, two and three. Then we have got options like 1 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3. So, C is 1 and 3 and D is 1, 2 and 3. That is, all the options are correct. So, anyone with the correct options to question number 24? Okay, people are coming up with the answers. B, C, okay. A, okay. Fine. Here, the correct answer is C. That is 1 and 3 is correct. That is, the Earth's magnetic field has reversed every few 100,000 years. It's a correct option. And when living organisms originated, they modified the early atmosphere of the Earth. So it is also a very correct option. Okay, so obviously when the Earth was created more than 4,000 and no carbon dioxide, it is basically long. So we have got traces of carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. Okay, so therefore we could see this is the region. Okay, now coming up with this geomorphology, Earth's interior, volcanisms, rocks and weathering. So amongst this, the first option being in the structure of planet Earth, below the mantle, the core is mainly made up of which one of the following? Aluminium, chromium, iron and silicon. Very easy question. Anyone with the correct answer to question number 26, which says about the Earth's interior. In the structure of planet Earth, below the mantle, so we have got the mantle, we have got the core inside, and then we have seen the crust that is basically at the surface. So mainly made up of which one of the following options? So yes, people are coming up with the answers. Okay, good. It's iron. Okay, so core is mainly made up of iron. Okay, so interior of the Earth, we could see that broadly three layers: crust, mantle and core, which we have already discussed. Then we could see this is the respective layers. We could see, so it is very much tapered inside. Okay, so it's solid medium, liquid medium. Okay, and this is basically the astronosphere. Okay, so all these areas are pleasant. So we know about the crust, which is basically made up of silica and magnesium, and therefore it is known as sima. Okay, so the lighter silicates plus aluminum, while the oceans have the heavier silicates. So we could see that in the continents, in the land area, we could see the Sial layer, and in the ocean layers, we could see the Seamal layer. Okay, so that is basically the one. So you have to remember also this type of discontinuities that are present. So lithosphere, chondrite, astronosphere, moho, mesosphere, ripeti, and then in the lower mantle as well as the core, we could see the Gutenberg's as well as the Lehman discontinuity. So it's a very important discontinuities which has been asked in the upcoming exams also, and also in the recent past exams. Okay, so you have got a broad explanation about what are this. Okay, you can see it later on. Now, coming to the next option, the Richter scale is a logarithmic scale, and so increase of 1%, 1 degree magnitude unit is represented at the factor of 10 times in amplitude. Each integer reading of the Richter scale has an energy 100 times that the previous integer reading. So, which of the above statements are correct? So, here it is given 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, as well as none of the options are correct. So, anyone with the correct option of question number 27? Okay, good. D, A, okay. अच्छा बी, ओके. अच्छा सी भी आया है, चलो ठीक है. Okay, here the correct option is A. That is only one option is correct. That is the Richter scale is a logarithmic scale, and so an increase of 1 magnitude unit represents a factor of 10 times in amplitude. Okay, so here the correct option is this. So each integer reading of Richter scale has an energy of 100 times than the previous integer reading is very much wrong. So we cannot see such number of things over here in the type of Richter scale. Okay, so you could see all the types of waves that we can see, be it the primary waves, be it the secondary waves. Okay, so everything, or be it the surface waves, so everything is very clearly represented. So you can see this is the body wave, and this is basically the surface waves, which is very much horizontal in nature. So body waves are basically perpendicular to the respective surface. So we could see the types of earthquakes, be it the tectonic earthquakes, volcanic earthquakes, collapse earthquakes, explosive earthquake, and reservoir induced earthquakes. Okay, so basically these are the areas, okay, where we can see such number of earthquake prone zones, basically very much active in the ring of fire area. And today in our country, we could see the Himalayan region, the Burma region, okay, and the regions of Andaman Nicobar. So everything is very much of relevant with respective to the violent earthquakes that have shaken the respective earth surface in these respective areas. ओके, सो असम में भी हम लोग का 1897 जून 1897 का जो अर्थक्वेक है वो अराउंड 9 रिक्टर स्केल तक आया था. तो हम लोग का बहुत सारा यहाँ पे जो फिजिकल डिफॉर्मिटीज है उस टाइम ही ऑकर हुआ था. यू कैन टेक द वेरी एग्जांपल ऑफ द चांडूबी लेक व्हेन सच नंबर ऑफ Chandubi Lake was created basically because of this 1897 earthquake, which is very much of rigid as well as very much of violent. Okay, so all these things. Next, volcanic eruptions do not occur in which of the following? Baltic Sea, Black Sea, Caribbean Sea, and Caspian Sea. So anyone with the correct answer? Okay, A, C, okay, D, okay. Chalo, correct answer is A, that is volcanic eruptions do not occur in the Baltic Sea. Okay, so you can see this diagram for your better references. Okay, so you cannot see, because here we can see the Baltic Sea, so we cannot see any number of this red zones over here, okay, which does not cause such number of things, that is the volcanic eruptions. So you have got a clear representations about the classifications of volcanoes and everything. Okay, so how it directly comes out. Okay, it's a composite volcano. So there are various types of volcanoes and various theories associated with volcanisms. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the very good map which represents about the plates or the regions which are basically going with some of the divergent boundary theory, convergent boundaries, as well as the transform boundaries. Okay, so today we have seen about the convergent boundary. Okay, so convergent boundary is a very important boundary hold, where in many places we can see such number of mountains getting directly formed just because of this convergent boundaries. Okay, so these are the active volcano basins that we can see all around the earth. Okay, next, consider the following statements. The Barren Island volcano is an active volcano located in Indian territory. Barren Island lies about 140 km east of Great Nicobar. The last time the Barren Island volcano erupted was in 1991, and it has remained inactive since then. So anyone with the correct options over here? So it has been asked 1 only, 2 and 3, 3 only, as well as 1 and 3. So anyone with the correct options over here? Please do come up with your answers. People have shown response. Okay, so this means how much you are interested in this MCQ series. Okay, so I feel pleasure to have you on board over here attempting these questions. Okay, so you can come up with these answers. Okay, so everyone who have attempted these answers, Partha, Susmita, Ankita, Amrit. Okay, so everyone. Okay, maybe I could not make some of the other names also. Trikharani. Okay, then Tinku, Smita, Gargi, everyone who has attempted. The answers are good. You have attempted in large. Okay, so I'm happy that you are attempting in a huge proportions. Okay, and many of the answers you have got it correct. Okay, so here, which of the options over here is a very correct option? So here it is answer A, that is one only. So the Barren Island volcano is an active volcano located in the Indian territory of Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, so it's an only active volcano that we can see in our country. Okay, so you could see the exact location of this barren island. Okay, so you can see this is an Andaman and Nicobar Island. Okay, so you could see this is the barren island. Okay, is proximally located in this respective area of the Andaman and Nicobar, where we have got various number of peaks, be it the saddle peak, okay, be it the 11-degree channel which directly separates the Andaman with the Little Andaman, and also with respectively to the Nicobar Island. Okay, so this barren island volcano is located 140 kilometer to the northeast of the Port Blair. So if this is Port Blair, you can see this is to be the barren island. Okay, so therefore it has been dormant for about more than 150 years before it started erupting in 1991, and hence since then shows intermittent activity. मतलब धीरे धीरे कुछ होता रहता है, ऐसे पूरा huge तरीके से यहाँ पे blow out नहीं देखा गया है. Okay, so that is the correct option given over here. Okay, next, coming up with this question. Okay, so consider the following statements about the sedimentary rocks. So this is the last question that we will take off today. So sedimentary rocks are formed at Earth's surface by the hydrological system. Then, so here you have the four options. So formation of sedimentary rocks involves the weathering of pre-existing rocks. So sedimentary rocks contains fossils, and then we could see that sedimentary rocks typically occur in layers. Okay, so therefore you have got the statements to be the correct options. So 1 and 2, 1 and 4, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have seen the different types of rocks. Okay, be it the igneous, be it the sedimentary, be it the metamorphic. So igneous rocks are what? They are formed from the melted rock deep inside the earth. Sedimentary rocks are formed from layers of sand, sealed dead plains, and animal skeletons. And metamorphic rocks are formed from other rocks that are changed by heat and pressure underground. So these are the three types of main rocks that we can find. So here it has been asked about that. Consider the following statements about the sedimentary rocks. So they are formed at the Earth's surface by the hydrological system. Formation of sedimentary rocks involves the weathering of the pre-existing rocks. Sedimentary rocks contains fossils, and sedimentary rocks typically occurs in layers. So anyone with the correct options over here? Okay, answers are coming down. Good. So yes, basically we could see that the D option is correct. That is, all the options over here with respect to sedimentary rocks are every correct. So sedimentary rocks are formed at Earth's surface by the hydrological system. Yes, sedimentary rocks are formed by this respective technique only. Formation of sedimentary rocks involves the weathering of pre-existing rocks. Yes, it involves the pre-existing rocks and its respective categories. Okay, so therefore even the third option contains fossils. Yes, it contains fossils. And sedimentary rocks typically occurs in layers. Yes, it occurs in layers. So even there are various types of sedimentary rocks. We can see the classic sedimentary rocks. We can see the chemical sedimentary rocks. We can even see the organic sedimentary rocks. So in the classic sedimentary rocks, these rocks are formed from the mechanical weathering debris. So sandstone and siltstone are examples of these classic sedimentary rocks. Then chemical sedimentary rocks are there. And these rocks are formed from the dissolved materials that precipitate from the solution. Supposedly iron ore, limestones are example of chemical sedimentary rocks. Also organic sedimentary rocks. So these are formed from the accumulation of plant and animal debris. So coal and some dolomites are example of organic sedimentary rocks. So therefore here I could see that every options given here is the correct one. Okay, so that's good that I have seen everyone participating in it. Okay, so we will directly engage more in numbers with respective to the questions. So we have to lot do
some number of questions that has come in the recent times in the exams. Okay, so we'll come up with the respective series of geography and we'll continue this all geography series even tomorrow. Okay, so that's thank you from my side for today. We'll meet you again with the same timing tomorrow. So till then, take care and bye bye.